Hello everyone, it is the Yellow Spider, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Ryu. Now, of course we start all these videos by talking about the character's normal attacks, but Ryu is quite a different character in terms of normals. In fact, he's quite a different character in terms of specials, so I think that should be discussed before doing anything. So first off, in the Street Fighter games, there's usually 3 different types of attacks. Attack strengths, if you will. Light, heavy, and then medium. Which honestly I have the hardest time figuring out, but honestly you won't have much use for it in this lesson. Now, he has... this is something you really need to keep track of when you're on the ground, because this is something that matters while you're on here, and for combos, basically. And for special attacks, for any of you who have played Street Fighter, you may know that there are certain commands or inputs you have to do their moves. Now, you're able to do the same thing in this game, and it makes their attack stronger. For example, I'm gonna do a Shoryuken the normal way, and now I'm gonna do a Shoryuken with the input. Extra damage and extra launch. This is true for all the moves, and one of the moves you can't even do without the input. I will now display the inputs at this moment through the power of editing. Hooray! Now, we are going to go over Ryu's normals. He has a simple light attack combo that when you just push the button quickly, because light attacks happen when you push it quickly and without much force. Medium, of course, in the middle, and heavy is when you, force the button down. I know what I say maybe seem confusing, so before going in any matches, you probably should practice with button strength a bit. His light attack combo just happens from pushing the light attack 3 times in a row. You are able to chain it up with other things, but this is something I'll talk about later. For now, your light attack is like your go-to confirm to make sure you're going to hit the opponent. Ryu's low attack is a quick down attack right here. Depending on your kick strength, it will do different types. I will talk more on this later when we get to special attacks. Ryu's heavy is this kick you can see right here. You are able to kill with this, and it has a lot of range, however, it takes quite a while for it to come back, so a bit risky, but still relatively good. For most cases, you're going to want to go to the light combo to do stuff. Ryu's side tilt is the collarbone breaker. Now, the use for this is not damage, it's utility. If your opponent blocks this, it has a very good chance of breaking their shield immediately. Which, well, is like a free combo for you. This is the side tilt on either side, and it works. There's also this kick you can do when doing light tilt. It's more for, poking the opponent more than anything. Just keeping your distance from them. Now we will go on to Ryu's aerials. His neutral aerial is relatively safe, comes out quickly, and is likely to hit. It is very easy to chain things up with, and is the most reliable. His forward aerial is also good for chaining up things, although has a bit more launch. It's really only going to have launch potential when they're at lower percentages of damage, because at higher percentages you're going to knock them so far away you might not get a chance. So this is good for the beginning. And your neutrals would be better for higher percentages. His down aerial, didn't even mean to do that, but that's a good example. Also a good thing to use near the beginning, and it's one of the easier things to chain up with. It also has speedier properties, so Do be aware of that, as that will be very useful for you. It's also very easy to chain in things with, and that's something I should just note in general. All of Ryu's aerials you can chain things up with. I will talk about chaining and what I mean by that when I talk about his specials. Ryu's up aerial is this punch you have right here. The best thing to chain this up with would be the Shoryuken. This does have kill potential on its own. Now we will talk about Ryu's smash attacks. His down smash is quick and forward. It's mostly what you want to use when you're trying to get the opponent below the stage so you get a chance to meteor them. Or just simply edgeguard them like that. His side smash has a lot of rage and it comes back quickly, but the time it takes for it to actually do its kick does take a while, so your opponent can dodge accordingly. I would not recommend this side smash unless you're trying to reach farther. However, I wouldn't blame you for using this a lot, as it does have basically the most amount of launch out of all of his smash attacks. His up smash is good for anti-airs, and it does do good damage, and, well, it would probably be good to just throw out there, not for killing, but just for damage in general. It is also a good read move for when your opponent is trying to get behind you. Don't let them do that. Now we will talk about Ryu's specials. When I talked about the light, heavy, medium thing, that applies to the specials too, to how long they go. As you'll see, I will do a Tatsumaki. That was short. Now if I do a heavy, I will go much farther, and it will tend to do much more damage. If you do the light and heavy and medium things you would do for normal attacks, it will apply to special attacks as well. Typically, the lighter you go, the harder it is to punish, but the harder you go, the more launching it is. Ryu's specials is the Hadouken, that special Hadouken, that I did not mean to do first, but you get the point. His Tatsumaki, and his Shoryuken, along with his focus attack. I will talk about all of them, starting with the Hadouken. This is a great board control move, and it has a good potential to trip the opponent, allowing you to follow up with kicks with your dash attacks and all that. It does have a bit more range than this Hadouken. However, this Hadouken tends to have more range, and it is multi-hit. Very annoying for the opponent to block compared to the other one. These Hadoukens can be used interchangeably, but traditionally you're going to want to go use this special Hadouken more. And near the end of the game, you're going to want to try and go to the normal Hadouken more. Now we are going to go on to Tatsumaki. This is a great recovery tool for Ryu to get back, as Ryu already does not have many recovery tools. If you're trying to recover with Ryu, there's not much point to using the traditional inputs. You might as well use the normal smash inputs, like side special and all that. It also has good launch and is able to kill, so very good. I would not blame you for just spamming this the entire match. Don't do that though, that will get you killed very quickly. The Shoryuken is like Ryu's go-to kill move and one of the easiest things to chain up with, along with the Tatsumaki. One thing that I do like to do is a light combo and Shoryuken. Shoryuken, it really only works when you get it at the startup phase. If you do it at that, it's gonna be easier to kill the opponent. I'm gonna damage my opponent now to show you what I mean. I'm gonna hit them at this point, And now, once I damage him up again, I'm now going to hit him at the startup phase. You see how high that launched compared to just hitting him when nowhere near the startup phase? That's what I mean. The Shoryuken works best like this, and along with combos, of course. Now we will go on to Ryu's focus attack. This is done simply with the down special, no special input for it. You are able to dash out of it, and if it's full, and you can charge it for however you wish to get an extra hit on the opponent. You are able to dash out of it in midair, so it does have some recovery potential. And here's the most important part. You're able to take a hit without getting stunned by the hit. What I mean by that is, if I get hit while I'm doing this attack, I won't, like, go into a damage animation. Like, if I get hit, I'm usually knocked back a bit, and I'm not able to do anything because the opponent's hitting me away. That doesn't happen with this attack. You only block the first attack, though, which is why characters with a lot of multi-hit attacks will just demolish you when you try using this move. So use this sparingly. If you happen to fully charge it, hit the opponent with it, you can dash out of it and do an immediate Shoryuken. You should be well acquainted with trying to dash out of the focus attack, as it is a very integral toolkit of Ryu. Now I will talk about chaining moves. In Street Fighter, most combos are done through normal attacks, and then using a special attack in combination with it, like, right after. That's how these characters work now. For example, I'm gonna do this, and then a Tatsumaki. I'm gonna do a light combo and a Shoryuken. I'm able to cancel all my special moves from a normal move. I used the down aerial, and I did a Tatsumaki right after, and it allowed me to do that. No other character is able to do this, and that makes Ryu's combo potential, like true combo and typical combo potential, literally limitless. As you are able to get things in the air, on the ground, get things on the ground, be able to kill them from the ground, maybe even in the air, get some things with grabs. There is so much combo you're able to do with Ryu because of this. Now we will talk about Ryu's throws. His left, as with most characters, the forward throw and the back throw is mostly used for control and getting them off the ledge. The up throw is what you want to use at higher percentages to make the opponent uncomfortable. The down throw is what you use at lower percentages to get some combo. Ryu is a very good character with a lot of ways to kill the opponent. He is able to do it very quickly, and he does tend to struggle against very mobile and tiny opponents. However, it's the moment when he gets his hands on them, and he starts doing damage that heavies wish they could do. I will now show some typical combos that you may want to do with Ryu. Some of my favorite ones that you can start off with is the light chain or medium punch into Shoryuken, or doing the same thing but going into a Tatsumaki. You are able to chain up most aerial moves into another special move. However, for the most reliability, you may go for the light attack. You should be safe doing down air and forward air at early percentages, but at later percentages, the light punch would be the safest. One thing I like to do at lower percentages, medium percentages. Medium percentages is down throw, up air, and then it would do a Shoryuken right after. It does take practice, as you see me messing up with him right now. However, if you do get practice with Ryu, you will be a force that people will fear. You will be getting kills left and right from anywhere on the stage, and you will feel unstoppable. That will be my guide for Ryu, and because I find him to be a very fun character to play, I'm immediately going to show you some matches right now.
3, 2, 1, go! Give it your all.